Ross says, hey Mehran, how are you? Thank you, Ross. How are you? Good to see you here. Not been on for a few weeks. Yeah. Been struggling a little over the weekend. I'm living alone and don't have anyone around. All right, that's sometimes good. Guess I'm pretty lonely in my life, and at the moment, I guess you want to say. Male 30 UK. Okay, thank you. When this happens, I have depressing thoughts and think back to my ex, who I messed up with. I didn't cheat, just broke up with her during a bad time. All right. I guess I don't really have a question as such, just checking in. Ah, okay. Well, it is normal to feel that way. If you don't have much going for you at the moment, meaning you're not so pleased with the way you've met your goals so far, and you're still wondering where you have to go, what you have to accomplish, or what things you need to prepare to accomplish your goals, when you haven't brought the desirable result for yourself, you naturally feel unaccomplished in your own mind. And in that case, you feel a bit disappointed or lack of confidence and not so pleased with yourself. So you feel a bit low. When you feel low, you're on your weak side, and it's always the case. When you feel less confident about yourself, you feel more attracted and in love and needy of the ex. Because suddenly you feel less in value, and everything else, including your ex especially, seems what a catch. And that felt good when I was with her, because never you're going to be thinking about the bad stuff with her at that moment. You'll be thinking about the good stuff, because you need good stuff right now. You're low enough, down in the dumps, and you don't feel good. Therefore, you need something to make you feel good. So naturally, you will be searching your memory about good experiences, which one would very conveniently be the thoughts of your ex. And suddenly, ex becomes such a catch, and you will miss her. It's not because she was that great and the relationship was that great. If it was, you wouldn't break up. It's the fact that you're so low that everything else seems so wonderful and so together. And the fact that you don't see her, you actually imagine that she's doing better than you, that she's got it all together, because it's not in front of you to see all the stuff that she's going through and she's suffering from, possibly in her life in general, not about the relationship, but in general. So you fantasize that she's all good and all perfect because you're low and you need that companion, you need that affirmation, and therefore suddenly when you're thinking about the ex seems to be perfect, godish, and then you become weaker, and then you miss her more. So the key and remedy to that is focus on accomplishing your tasks. I don't care if it's studying or getting a job or becoming productive. Somehow you gotta get those goals that you know you gotta accomplish. Make efforts on them. If they won't be accomplished right away, but at least start the effort, serious effort, to see that you're actually prevailing. You're actually moving forward in realization of that goal, whatever it is, studying, preparing for exam, getting a resume done, getting an interview, going for a job, writing a letter, whatever it is, you gotta see efforts towards accomplishing that possibility, that goal. When you do that, you will feel more confident. You will be happy. And suddenly, you will elevate in your own mind, because it's your mind that is comparing everything. So you elevate in your own mind, in your watcher's eyes, the controller, which is your consciousness, which your higher self that you've created out of your own thoughts. You have created the second person. You've created a higher self of yourself that is watching your movements, your actions, and your efforts, and your thoughts, and is judging you. And that's your own thoughts, and judging your own thoughts. But nevertheless, you will be elevated in your own mind, in your own watcher, in your own judge, which is you again. But again, never mind that. That's how it goes. When you're elevated in the minds of your own, your second mind, you will feel stronger and higher and bigger, and she will not look that much of a hot catch anymore. When you're down in the dump, you're looking at everything from down up. Everything looks bigger and better because you're down on the ground. When you rise up, then many things are below you because you're taller, or many things are on the same level, or you can see a different angle of sight on them. They will look differently to you because you're looking at them from a different angle. And that will give you a position of power. More power than when you're down in the dumps. And the same thing happens in the psyche. That when you're feeling like that, then suddenly the ex becomes a real good catch, even if she was just not cutting it at all. That's why you guys broke up. But at the moment, only thing comes to mind about her is all the good lovey-dovey things. And of course, she's a female, she's beautiful or sexy and all that. It makes you just forget about everything else that she's all about, which could be negative, and you only focus on the wonderful thing, because that's how we human beings are built. We focus on good things. We remember good stuff and we forget the bad stuff. That's a trait. That's a blessing that we have. Otherwise, we'd be going like zombies and, nuts every day, because so many shit's been happening to all of us. If all of that would be at the forefront of our minds, we wouldn't be able to function. So we forget about all that, including stuff about the ex, and therefore the ex always looks good, especially when you're horny or when you're down in the dumps and you suddenly make a goddess out of her, and then, you feel you really miss her and you feel miserable and you go lower and lower because you don't have her. So, remedy is what? Build yourself up. Have a plan. Make efforts to achieve those plans, and definitely make sure you accomplish something, even though it's the smallest thing. Maybe just filling out a resume. Maybe just reading a chapter or two. Something that makes you feel that I have made an effort and accomplished that what I set out to accomplish on that particular day or an hour. Then we'll see how you feel after that. Hope that will be something for you to think about and put you on the right track. Remember, you're the boss of you. You're responsible for how you feel. And the key is, you can do it. Every one of us can. Only if you say yes. It's all in my hand, and I can change my feelings by changing my thinking. Change your thoughts, change your feelings. The way you feel is because of the way you think. Change your thinking, change your thoughts. Change your thinking, change your thoughts. Then your feelings change. Reflecting your thoughts. Remember, thoughts is an emotion. No one thinks that way. But thoughts is an emotion. That's why it's so easily to be transformed into making you feel something. Because to begin with, thought is an emotion. Is a reaction to something. And that something is always emotion. Then you translate it into a way to communicate it, which comes to be thoughts, and then words, and so on and so forth. So anyhow, we don't want to go deep into that one.